I used to rap and I used to play around with it, and then I went to this club, and I wasn't a rapper at the time, but I kind of knew how to rhyme, and I went to a club called the Carolina West, and they had a rap contest, and Curtis Blow was the judge, and I went up and said the little rhymes I had in my head, you know, and I won. And the fact that a real rapper said I won, I went home that night like, well, maybe I could do this.
The first time I grabbed the mic, like in front of actual people that mattered, you know what I'm saying? Like at a club, I got booed. I remember that. It was very traumatic for me. And I think I had, at that point, like the 8 Mile thing was kind of, that's when I was taken from or whatever. So I just remember that being so fucking traumatic. And I think I went home like, man, I quit.
Right.
And then, you know, maybe a couple days later, week later, hour later, whatever it was, I don't know. I got the urge to like, nah, man, I gotta get up, gotta do it again.
That's right, thank God.
You really gotta live it. My mind, 24/7, aside from family stuff, obviously, is constantly thinking of ways to bend words. Or, you know, like if I don't got paper, I'll write it on my hand or whatever. And sometimes when I fill up the hand, then I'll transfer it to paper.
Did they tumble out of your head complicated? Because you write complicated rhymes.
Oh, I wake up in the morning and they just fall out. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
So do they come complicated or do you complicate them?
Sometimes, what I love about rap is that it feels like it's puzzles to me. Like words are like puzzles and trying to figure out a puzzle and trying to figure out what word could go here and how many words can I make. Like if I can take a rhyme, like I'm real into the craft, like just the you know, MCing and I feel like I always think like how can I figure this puzzle out? Like how can I take words and put them at the end of the sentence, but in between maybe make some words rhyme in between that rhyme and like sandwich them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so sandwich those words and try to make them rhyme inside of the phrase and then come back outside and try to rhyme with the word that I ended on the snare. You know, like I'm kind of real into the technical part of it. I studied everybody, man. I studied you. I studied fucking KRS. I studied Treach, Naughty by Nature.
Treach is difficult to rap like, because Treach is like, his shit is really complicated, you know. I just heard a new record with Treach.
I can click, clack, pat, tat. Wait, what was he say? I can click, clack, snap, rap, pat, tat, tat, tat. Take that ass to the point you have to ask for your ass back. The fucking Joker smoker, taunted by knowing if I was born in Shang Li's temple, I would have turned out a shogun. That song, Yoke the Joker, when that shit came out, I swear to God, I was in my peak at rap, and what I mean is like when I realized this is what I want to do with my life.
Right.
And Proof came over.
Right.
He brought the fucking tape.
Right.
And my world ended. Like I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is this? Like it literally, I didn't write a rap for the whole summer.
Right.
Didn't write a rap for the whole summer.
Fucking around with Treach.
Yo, that dude was, I mean, he's still incredible.
Final thoughts on the art of rap, which you are one of the grandmasters at now.
Final thoughts. Shit, I don't know. I mean, I certainly feel like if it wasn't for rap, like, obviously I wouldn't be here, but it gave me a voice, it gave me an outlet, it gave me strength. Fuck, man, you know, what I just came back from, you know? Overdose and the whole shit, you know? Like, without rap, I wouldn't have been able to get through it. I mean, obviously, without my daughters, I wouldn't have been able to get through the fucking thing, but when you hit that wall, like, how quick can you bounce back, you know? And if it wasn't for rap, I wouldn't have been able to bounce back, you know? This is the one thing that I feel like I have that, you know, I can do well. So if I didn't have this, I don't know what. I really can't do fucking thing else, you know? Except for play basketball, I'm kind of fucking nasty. But like rap is just, you know, it's everything to me. Like this is my world. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what I do. Like
if somebody said Royce 5'9", what do they expect?
Well, I'm gonna be rapping my ass off.
A nigga that raps his ass off.
I'm gonna be rapping my ass off. I'm not about to be probably talking to the girls a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm really like a competitive MC with my peers. I'm a heavyweight. I'm catastrophic when I said it like Fahrenheit 9/11, meditate till the levees break. I turn featherweights until my fetty straight. The Mac 11 to clap your melon and give your ass spaghetti face. You ever looked inside some dying eyes? You'll see surprise and realize there's no denying God. When was the last time that you heard that the iron tried? Ryan vibes like cyanide. I am proud to say that I've evolved. There's only one iron-defying odd. Small-time arrogance perishes every time. The giant pride. Who y'all respect is probably cross-dressing. Your favorite MC could probably find itself vibing to my lost sessions. I'm legendary.
Oh, there you go. His task was just
to play records. What more could you ask? But then came
remixing, scratching and cuts,
which was too much for many.
Drove some DJs nuts, but the DJ
named Glove has reigned supreme on it as it went.
As a turntable wizard of the hip-hop scene. So listen to him, check it out. But remember this, when the glove's on the wheels of steel, he's reckless.
Who would have ever thought that one of the greatest rappers of all time will be a white cat?
Know me, still the same OG, but I've been low-key. Hated on by most these niggas with no cheese, no deals and no G's, no wheels and no keys, no boats, no snowmobiles and no skis. Mad at me cause I can finally afford to provide my family with groceries. Got a crib with a studio and it's all full of tracks to add to the wall full of plaques. Hanging up in the office and back of my house like trophies. Did y'all think I'ma let my dough freeze? Hold please, you better bow down on both knees. Who you think taught you to smoke trees? Who you think brought you to ODs, Eazy-E's, Ice Cubes and DOC's, the Snoop D-O double G's, and a group that said motherfuck the police.
I spit from the genitals, bitch. Leave a masculine stench. Got niggas panicking petrol. I make a mannequin flinch. Grew a botanical inch, the root of all evil. Green thumb for greenbacks. Rain to the tech, but we can't all eat though. Cause y'all fecal, we brawl lethal. Homicide victims off of Fairfax and Pico. Sugar, nobody's ever equal. Cause the more we make, the more we're taking from other people. Pimping Puerto Rico, pandering LAX to JFK. At baggage claim with 3 holes, like Santa say. My third eye be the equivalent of the algebraic pi. So if I give you a piece of my mind, it's multiplied times infinite. Spiritually elevate so high, I commit a drive-by while I skydive. Sip of my time, perform shit only conceived in sci-fi. So why try test? It's boom bye-bye, Mr. Ice Grill guy. You must be looking somewhere else like Biggie Smalls' Lazy Eye. Ha.
No, I think when niggas listen to some of your shit, they are insulted by your intelligence and they don't like you. They like,
right.
Oh, no, fuck, what do you know, you let a nigga listen to that. I put it on in front of some thug niggas like, they listen about 2 minutes of, man, fuck this nigga, man. Man, it's just too much information. Like, fuck him. I mean, what is, all right.
Well, I'll force you to think. You know what I'm saying?
And they don't like that.
But I can't be mad at the result. And I figured the people, and ironically, my fan base has always kind of been two extremes. You know who got enough time to fucking learn?
Right.
People in college and niggas in prison.
Right.
And those are my fans.
That's a jewel.
Those are my fans.
Can you explain your technique when you writing your best lyrics? Like, where's your head at?
I don't know how I did it for my junior high. I stole the school desk. I don't know how I stole it, but it was at the crib, and everybody, badass niggas exhibit to tell you I had a school desk. So I had the school desk, and I would go to school. You know what I'm saying?
That was your writing chair.
That was my writing chair, and I'd sit at the little, you know, the wooden ones, like, you know, whatever.
Right.
And I'd go to school, because I took it seriously. This is my homework. I got to put my work in. So I started like that, and that was my comfort zone. And then, of course, you get into the business and whatever you may move or whatever. So then I started having to write on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So then we're in the studio, and Dre gives the nigga a notebook and says, what you got?
Right.
Well, can't go home and go get the school desk. So now I'm just I can write anyway. Were you doing Exhibit too?
I can't find Exhibit.
Hold on. He right up the street. Him and B Real, they got a studio together. I'm gonna send you his numbers. He's not answering the phone.
Okay.
But I'll send you his house number and his number.
What's your technique when you really going in?
When I go in, I still write on pen and paper. Call me old-fashioned, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's something to be said about the way I memorize things, because I have to write it down and repeat it. And then when I repeat it, then it's here and I never lose it. Sometimes I can go in the studio, hear a beat, get inspired, write it in 15 minutes, spit it, done. And then sometimes I hear a beat and I write a piece to it, and then I come back around a month later and feel the rest down because of this piece. I've been milling over it and I got a concept now. When I say something and I start writing fast, and then I just come, and then you try to say something to it, like, just wait. Like, got it! Okay, now what's up?
Right. That's what I'm talking about. You just feel it. You feel it. Like,
it's that line that you know, if you know what it feel like to rip a crowd, hold a mic, and get in front of people, and then they respond to that, call and response, the energy, movement, you can feel it, you can move it around in your hand, then that's the line that needs to be written. If you feel it, if you study it, and you know there's what's coming right after that, or you can think 5 lines down and work your way back up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you on it like that, then, I mean, come on. All right, motherfuckers, bring out your ballistics. You know you can't fuck with me because if you could have, you would have did it by now. Fuck off. X to the motherfucking Z, West Coast representing, bitch.
Tell you, I was hanging around Muggs. Muggs was living with Aladdin at the time,
Right.
And I heard, I think it's sawed-off shotgun, hand on the pump.
Right.
I heard the track, the doom, 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 and I'm asking Muggs, what's that? And he said, this is Cypress Hill, and I'm like, what is Cypress Hill? But I never heard none of the vocals over it, and I'm like listening to it. I said, well, that shit's funky, whatever it's gonna be. And then when I heard it, I was like, oh my God, this shit sounded crazy. But I think when you came out, the vocal delivery was so unique. Now here's a question I'm gonna come right out and ask.
Right.
Did Be Real always sound like the Be Real we know?
No.
No.
It took a couple years to get that, because when we started, I was rapping in this voice that I talk in, and Muggs didn't like it, and Sendog was like, I don't know. The raps were dope, but they came at me like this. They said, hey man, if you don't do something about that voice, man, we just gonna have you write rhymes for Sendog. I'm like, oh shit. So, you know, I somehow figured out how to pitch my voice a little bit,
Right.
you know, go on a little bit higher.
When I was listening to early Cypress Hill, I'm like, these motherfuckers sound high. Like, they sound like the gangbangers that you would not want to run into because they would be dusted and they would
Right.
shoot you on some bullshit. Like, you're the wrong person. They just felt like shooting somebody.
Right. Right. And for a time, man, we were crazy like that, you know? And that's where a lot of the music, when we were creating it, it reflected that lifestyle and stuff like that. But, you know, we also were very competitive, you know, especially Muggs with the production game, because a lot of his influences were the Bomb Squad and stuff like that, you know? And we were all big Public Enemy fans, and we all said to ourselves, well, if we're gonna get in this game, if we're gonna represent, we got to be as good as those guys, you know, and they were like one of my big influences. And when I was developing the voice, there was 2 things that stood out to me in hip hop that I loved in all the groups that were going on. There was the Beastie Boys, because they had a different, you know, vocal pitch than everybody else. The other big influence was Public Enemy and Flavor Flav, how his voice always cut through. I said, well, nobody's, you know, aside from the Beastie Boys, nobody's really cutting through like that. So we became, as far as our vocal tones, Public Enemy in reverse.
Stop scheming and trying to look hard. I get my bodyguard, you get that booty scarred. I'm a veteran, which means that I've been in the game too long, since the days of paper thin. Way back when I've been putting it down. Ask your homie who's the baddest bitch on this side of town. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Spectacular on the MIC. I go for broke, never giving it less than the best.
Face off cause your shit is twisted. Screw up your mouth cause this chick is gifted. I stay whipping in something you never seen. Ain't into flossing, but I could put it on some. Call him at the crib, tell him you just lost 1, 2, and 3. I'm about to run a Boston. On son, how come I'm on one? I'm born free, you born dumb, a pack of fortune. My time is too much for what it's costing. Hear any chick on the mic, you know I taught them. What you just might get is a chick that spit that whiz priceless. I made a decision to play my position, and this is the place in my life where I started to live. And you know why? This game ain't got nothing on me, none after, none before me. I put the work in, I want the glory. Here's my chance to tell my story.
Now, the first rhymes that you actually did out on a stage or you tried to perform, by then you were writing your own stuff?
By the time I performed on a stage for people, I was performing I Cram to Understand You. But prior to that, George Lucien, Full Force's father, used to come to my house every Saturday, and I would practice because my voice was like this. And that wasn't a rapper's voice. Like, who was I gonna get to listen to?
You mean it was low and...
It was teeny, tiny, no weight to it. And I would practice, and he would say, get strong and come from here. And for months, I would sing Salt and Pepper's songs or rap them in my living room until my vocal was strong enough that, you know.
So we owe this to who? Because you're known to have one of the strongest female MC voices. That's
George Lucien.
He developed this voice.
Absolutely.
The joy and the beauty of being a hip-hop artist, you can truly express who you are and truly be who you are. When you're a rapper, you get to say what you think, what you feel. People hear your perspective. People hear your spirit and your soul if you're using that. And they hear your imagination to be able to write a rhyme and say, look, this is what my life has been about. This is some of my purpose. This is my perspective. People will know what you think. They know where you stand. They know where you fly, you know?
Today, the hop, you don't stop, don't stop. That's effects with the real hip-hop. Today, the hop, you don't quit, don't quit. That's effects.
I bust gat heat right here at Fat Beats. My man Ice-T, that is that heat. We here in LA chillin'. KRS always willin'. Rhymes keep spillin'. I'm off the top like what? The sun. My name is KRS-One. These stars, you don't see none. When I come out, you see all the day. These other whack rappers, we blow them away. Why? Because they don't understand my cycle. I go from tape, CD, back to vinyl. Shh, you cats ain't ready. I take it back to rock steady and give you a classic medley. Me? I'm not BET or MTV. I'm HIPHOP.
Freestyle. There was a time when you had never rapped, you was a graffiti artist. What made you say, I think I'm gonna do that?
My first battle was in a park at Melrose Project.
What made you want to battle? What made you even
A dude was talking about my clothes. It was an MC cypher, and I was not there. I was watching the cypher. And dude was like, and like this dude with his tore up jeans, I was like, oh, crowd screaming. I'm like, oh, my jeans was whack, everything was whack, I'm whack, everything was whack, and dude was pointing it out.
Nigga just picked you out.
Just picked out of the crowd. I'm there watching with everybody else. He like, yo, and him, like him. And that's what I said, yo, no, hold up, I have to say something. And I actually did. I jumped out right there, and I did like a little freestyle based on what I heard right there. I did a quick freestyle off the top, defended myself, and it was dope.
And then you said,
and everybody pat you on the back like, yeah, you gave it to him. And then I was like, whoa, this is not bad. Yo, you know what? I'm gonna do this.
So we really owe the birth of KRS-One to some nigga who just, out of nowhere, picked you out the crowd and dissed you.
Started dissing. Out the crowd. Some MCs get their notoriety through battling, meaning that back in the days, we used to call it the dozens. Slaves were sold one by one unless there was a defect. Their leg was hurt, an arm was severed, mental issues, maybe sick. Those people were sold in a dozen. So slaves would start going back and forth with each other saying, well, your head's bigger than your neck, and that makes you a lollipop. Ah, your mother is so this, I could do that. Ah, and everybody would laugh at you, which then eventually became the dozens. So the idea of battling, coming out of this tradition called the dozens, where you verbally attack your opponent and your opponent verbally attacks you until somebody breaks down and either wants to fight, cries, whatever it is, or a judge deems the battle won by either opponent.
This trickles over into rapping. It was Zulu Nation that first brought up the idea of we don't have to shoot at each other or beat on each other or this. We can actually use this tradition of the dozens to actually have verbal warfare through art.
Defeating Chino's an oxymoron, like happy marriage. I allow for there to be churches all around. My neighbors are tired of people worshiping outside of my house. These entertainers' names and lines, I started those. Big Chino created from God's particles. What flows from my abdominals, abominable, non-vulnerable, part animal, dark paranormal like ghost. Man, I hate these rappers, won't you offer my hear it often when I'm gone, son, that won't be worth a splinter in my coffin. But once I auction off my crown of thorns, there's no more. Me fall is what they invented the word never for. Every rapper should change the name to Nas. Because when they ask, can you outspit Chino, all you'll hear is a lot of Nas.
If you say the right combination of words that makes a crowd go, ooh, or I agree, that's right, he does look like that, you know, then you win the day.
I'm wise, you could learn it from me. Impregnate you with so many bullets you could take maternity leave. I'm a sadist, and I say this with a jaded cadence. I'm dedicated to hatred, escaping off Satan's playlist. I'm dangerous when I communicate what I'm thinking. Brain dead, I'll spit in Morse code. Write down what I'm blinking. Rhyme contortionist, shot my way out of hell's orphanage using a slingshot and live scorpions.
Some guys that use vocabulary as a weapon, almost just to brag or show. So kind of what I do in that sense is like braggadocious, rhythmic vernacular, designed to back you up. I back it up with the spectacular, yet just a fraction of my perpendicular with no particular linear structures. I'm giving you ruptures as I erupt into your cerebellum. I tried to tell him, I open a vortex. Your cerebral cortex sends a reaction that has him like a spasm. Upon further review, you see it was lyrical orgasm. How did it happen? You can't even describe the vibe. What was the essence of God's presence felt inside, bestowed upon you from the moment I dropped it on you? I strike like a thief in the night and can't nobody warn you. I'm on you. I got that truly godlike, metaphysical, neolithical, as what you see in me, lyrical deity, hip-hop's pantheon, one step beyond so I stand beyond. Whatever Shaitan's fans beyond, I lights him up like neon, locks him down like Dion, reclaim my title 3 times like Ali when he beat Leon, and that's what I be on for the peon.
I remember the first rap battle I ever lost, and I had this, hey Chris, you wanna see me? You running like a squirrel up a tree. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like a little kid and stuff, and I had this whole thing planned because I was supposed to be the rapper, and this one dude was feeling like he could beat me in school, and he had his rap, this whole thing, he said, man, you know what, you gotta go first, you gotta go first. So I spit this whole long rap, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. And he said, yo, his response to my rap was, yo, what's up? My name is Chris. Let me tell you one thing, you smell like piss, right? And everybody's like, ah! Everybody started running off, so I lost my first rap battle. Part of the reason why my raps are so simple now. Just way more simplicity, just get to the point, you know? Penitentiary chances, the devil dances and eventually answers to the call of autumn, all them falling for the love of balling. Got caught with 30 roster cop, look like Alec Baldwin. Inner century anthems, based off inner city tantrums, based off the way we was branded. Face it, Jerome get more time than Brandon. And at the airport, they check all through my bag and tell me that it's random. But we stay winning, this week has been a bad massage. I need a happy ending and a new beginning and a new fitted and some job opportunities that's lucrative. This the real world, homie, school's finished. They just stole your dreams, you don't know who did it. I treat the cash the way the government treat AIDS. I won't be satisfied till all my niggas get it. Is hip hop just a euphemism for a new religion? The soul music of the slaves that the youth is missing. But this is more than just my road to redemption. Malcolm West had the whole nation standing at attention. As long as I'm in polo smiling, they think they got me. But they'll try to crack me if they ever see a black me. I thought I chose a field where they couldn't sack me. If a nigga ain't shooting a jump shot, running a track meet. But this pimp is at the top of Mount Olympus. Ready to the world's games, this is my Olympics. We make them say ho, cause the game's so pimpish. Choke a South Park writer with a fish stick. I insist that y'all get up off of this dick. And these drugs, niggas can't resist it. Remind me when they try to have Ollie enlisted. If I ever wasn't the greatest nigga, I must have missed it. I need more drinks and less lights. And that American Apparel girl in just tights. She told the director I'm trying to get into school. He told her take them glasses off and get in the pool. It's been a while since I watched the news. Cause like a Crip said, I got way too many blues for any more bad news. I was looking at my resume, feeling real fresh today. They rewrite history. I don't believe in yesterday. And what's a black beetle anyway? A fucking roach? I guess that's why they got me sitting in fucking coach. My guy said I need a different approach, cause people is looking at me like I'm sniffing coke. It ain't funny anymore. Try different jokes. Tell them hug and kiss my ass, X and O, and kiss the ring while they at it. Do my thing while I got it. Play strings for the dramatic, and then of that whack shit. Act like I ain't had a belt in 2 classes. I ain't got it. I'm coming after whoever who has it. I'm coming after whoever who has it. You blowing up, that's good, fantastic. That, y'all, it's like that, y'all. I don't really give a fuck about it at all, cause the same people that try to blackball me forgot about 2 things, my black balls.
Hit it!
Victory on the street is one thing. Blowing the minds of 10,000 people in a concert is another. Run DMC took the live show to a whole nother level.
You guys took it to a level that made everybody go, y'all think this is just rap. This is the biggest shit in the world. Right. And when you came out, yo, DMC in my name. And it's
can
like...
I have your attention, please? Just fold my arms.
Yeah.
Paul, run out, run. Run. Oh, shit.
I was like, what the fuck is
You
going
know what? We turned it into a concert.
I'd never seen it.
We turned the block party into a concert because we busting there. Here we go. Here, DMC and DJ. Whose house? Like, it was crazy for them. They couldn't fuck with that, baby.
Run DMC was at the top of the food chain. No other group in rap was on your level.
Right.
You're standing at the top of the pyramid. Right. What's that like?
Run might have knew.
Okay.
He had ego. My shit was this. You turn to the left, there's fucking Chuck coming at you. You turn to the right, there's Rock. You turn over there, there's The Peace. You turn over there, there's LL. You turn over there, there's Coogee Rap. You turn over there, there's fucking EPM. It was crazy. So my whole thing continuously wasn't about just staying on top. It was always staying on top of my game. Let me tell you something. We are Run DMC, the baddest fucking group in the world ever in hip-hop.
It's the return of the monotonous hotness. I rock this, you watch this, regardless. We got this from Hollis, and y'all gets no chances, no wins, and no ends. I need no dances, no rims, or no bends. From the corners of Hollis Ave, I came up, blew the game up. Try to tell me my reins up, bring my name up. Rev Run, y'all.
There was a moment when you guys were #1 rap group in the world, undisputed, top of the mountain, stood up, looked down.
Right.
What's that like?
It's good for a second. It's when, if you're not focused to keep making music and you don't cruise, it's when you're sitting in the tub, for me, eating French toast, got weed coming, got a hoe coming, got Quasi bringing me a Rolls Royce. You remember Quasi?
Mm-hmm.
All this was coming, and Rolling Stone magazine is coming.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all in the presidential suite.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen Ice-T as I was driving up.
Mm-hmm.
I just hit LA. Can't wait to get LA. They got the best Indo. They got the best girls. They got the best presidential suite. They got the Rolls Royce. Rolling Stone magazine, I'm Run, I'm #1. And then the realization comes that, you know, I'm sitting in the tub. The syrup's falling in the tub. There's ashes falling in the tub. The hoe's knocking at the door. Rolling Stone's behind the hoe and the man to cut your hair. And you're like, I'm fucking out of control.
What's cracking with it, y'all? This is Dub Sizzle, AKA Skip the Barracuda. All you niggas can drown in my nuts. Fuck y'all. Can't none of you niggas fuck with me. Nigga, I started a lot of this shit on this side of town, nigga, and I don't give a fuck what nobody say out there, nigga. You come over here, you gotta see me. Skip, West Sea for Lear, near. I'm out on the block, nigga, for real. Fuck y'all. One time I was watching one of your shows, and you was fucking it up. You was getting down, you was out there, and you was freestyling. You was freestyling, and I think somebody, some kind of way or something, I don't know what was going on, whatever, the turntable must have skipped or something. Skipped and went off beat, and you know, and of course you stopped and everything, but you played it the fuck off though.
Yeah.
You played it off. You looked in the crowd, you know, you was like, you know, I'm I to the C to the E, niggas can't fuck with me, you know, whoa, and then it went off and shit, and you know, you look, and then they played off real quick, you looked in the crowd and said, huh? I ain't on the real. You think I'm lying, nigga, you fucked me up. Nigga looked in the crowd, was like, huh? You know, you looked at the bitch and was like, huh? What you say? You went back on the mic, yo, let's start this off. Let's start this.
I got a billion of them. Let me tell you something. No, that's some of my shit.
Yeah, okay.
That's some of my best shit. I got other chicks. Like if I fucked up or something and I be in the middle of the song, what I do is I act like the mic cut off. So now that I fucked up, I'll go like this, and then I'll start lip syncing like, and yo, it's my and I make it look like there was a technical problem, and we got to start the song over. That's one of my tricks. Here's another trick. Usually there's a fan in the front row that fucking knows every single word. So I early find him, and he becomes my human teleprompter. So if I fall off, I put the mic in his mouth, and he'll say the lyric and jump me back on top and shit like that. Tricks.
Now, that's the difference between the MC and the rapper.
That's secret shit.
That's a difference.
Secret.
I sold too much coke in the 80s. It's my fucking fault. I made you crack babies. Now your wine and coke woke me up. Like a wild wolf won't murder a sick pup. Niggas on the net talking crazy and reckless. Busters don't know you get laid down for much less. This ain't no game, cuz. Niggas now we come. 50 cal dumb rubber grip bear guns. I see you run like diarrhea. Hide behind your fucking bodyguards like little ballerinas. It ain't no thing when them damn things flame. Fully automatics make the club's ears ring. The oldest nigga true. That means I done it the most. Question is now, which pussy want it the most? Y'all ain't shit to me. Never got your G on. Softer than the pillows at the Bed Bath and Beyond. Your mistake, thinking that I'm dead and gone. Ask your mama, I'm bloody in the octagon. I'm iller than Chucky in Child's Play. I bench 300 on a bad day. I'm wild like Uganda machetes, you motherfucking with a psychopath. You niggas ain't ready. Crack my nigga T.I., but they didn't catch me. My silence P90 sounds like sewing machines. Bugatti Veyron, plasma screen, Malibu Beach House, Lake House, I'm caked out. I come in all blue, I don't know red, and I don't throw dough, I make it rain lead. Coked out, I'm boiling bricks in the kitchen. Don't matter if you got it, nigga, tricking is tricking. Algebraic, I multiply my metaphors. I'm so spa from deep tissues and pedicures. Overlord of niggas in ski masks. West Side rider for life. You ain't got an ass. L.A., home of the triple beam. My niggas run all up in your crib like a SWAT team. I'll make your SUV lean. Full metal jackets have it rocking like a raft in rapids. The last nigga in life that you wanna meet. Keep talking shit on the net. I'll see you in the street.
A nigga with a motherfucking gun. 44 reasons come to mind why your motherfucking brother is hard to find. He been walking on the streets and fucking with mine. Stupid punk can't fuck with a mastermind. See, I never take a step on a Compton block or a lay without the AK ready to pop. Cause them punk motherfuckers in black and white ain't the only motherfuckers I got to fight. I think it's better to be telling the facts than cuffed up and jacked and fucked up with your niggas looking at you going.
Everybody knows Dr. Dre don't drop a record a week. It's like, it's a process. What's your process before we get to hear a track?
You know, it's not the same thing every time. It really depends on who I'm working with. I try to get inside of the head of the artist I'm working with, and the record has to be them. I don't go approach an artist and say, okay, this is the way I think your record should be. I just try to make what they're bringing better and just add whatever they're bringing, add my thing to whatever they're bringing. So I just try to get in touch with the artist, try to get in touch with their personality and what they're trying to do, and try to just take that to, you know, to levels unheard of, you know.
That's real talk.
That's just my thing. It's no set foundation or no set way of doing it.
I'm thinking like, cause, okay, everybody knows your gangster shit and what you did with Snoop, but when we heard Eminem for the first time, you know, Hi, My Name Is, we like, but it was him.
Right.
It was perfect. It wasn't 50 Cent. You captured Eminem.
Right. You know, and I think that's the reason for longevity, you know what I'm saying? You vibe with the artist and you just elaborate on what they have to give. And you just like make what, you know, I just add my thing to what they have. And that's all it is to it. Eminem, I'm gonna add my thing to Eminem. Snoop, I can't go in the studio with Snoop in an Eminem state of mind, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
You know, I just have to just be them almost, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes the projects come out so good.
You got a young kid, he wanna be a producer like you. He wanna live the Dr. Dre life. He admires you to death. You see something in him. What would be the first lesson you teach him about this game of hip hop?
First of all, you have to make sure that this thing is for you and it's who you are and you're built for this, you know, and then you have to give it the passion that's necessary. You know, like I said, I don't do it for the money. The money is gonna come. I do it because of the love that I have for it, you know what I'm saying? If I was a plumber or something like that, I still would make hip hop records. That's how much love I have for it, you know? I feel like right now, I've been in the game close to 27 years, and I've actually thought about this just recently. Out of the entire my 27-year career, there's only been 2 weeks that I've been out of the studio. I've never been out of the studio longer than 2 weeks in my entire career. That's how much love I have for this thing that I do. So that's the thing, just the passion that you have for it, and really, really put your all into it, and make sure that your word is the last word. That way, you don't play the blame game or anything like that. If it comes out hot, it's on you. If it doesn't come out hot, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is to it.
I think people I've talked to that have had the privilege of working with you have said the same thing in another way. They like, when you go in the studio with Dre, it's not a game. He's not your friend. He's in there, he's working, and you're gonna do it till Dre thinks it's right. And they all appreciate that.
Yeah,
Because there's a big difference between a beat maker and a producer.
Yeah. You know what? There's definitely a big difference between a beat maker and a producer, because once you finish the beat, you have to produce the record. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's a big difference between the rapper and the songwriter. You know what I'm saying? Rappers, anybody can go spit a 16. The minute you ask the MC to give me the hook first, most of them get lost. You know what I'm saying? I look for songwriters, so that's all it is. And I know, I'm a little bit tough in the studio, but everybody's happy once they come out of the booth.
So you as close as we can get to Pac. What was the experience like?
It was incredible. I remember being in the studio with Pac, and he actually went in the mic booth to write, and I'm like, okay, that's different. So I'm in the control room, and he writes the lyrics. All right, I'm ready, He spits California Love, 1 or 2 takes. I was like, all right, put the next thing up. And he would just sit in the booth, like, put the next thing up, right? Put the next thing up. I think that's the reason why he has so many songs and so much material, It was incredible.
He's like a machine.
Serious machine, serious talent.
When I speak of you, of course, I'm incorporating NWA because you were a movement. What stroke did you guys put on the painting that wasn't there?
I think just the element of the street, you know what I'm saying? That's what we were going for. I think you were a big part of that, because our first record was basically just almost a remix of what you did with 6 in the Morning. You know what I mean? We did Boys in the Hood because of the love for that record so much. But we just wanted to basically put where we came from on the map. Back then, it was just a lot of New York going on, and we wanted to represent Compton, and we wanted to put Compton out there in a way where it was just like, it was hard, and we wanted to hit everybody across the head with a sledgehammer, like, listen to what the fuck we're doing out here, We got something to say, too.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called Niggas with Attitudes. When I'm called off, I got a sawed off. Squeeze the trigger and bodies all hauled off. You too, boy, if you fuck with me. The police are gonna have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm going out. For the punk motherfuckers that's showing out. Niggas want to mumble, they wanna rumble. Mix them and cook them in a pot like gumbo. Going off on the motherfucker like that. With a gat that's pointed at your ass.
That's the way it goes in the city of Compton.
Gangbang mentality, movie after movie. Can't get it out of me. Who wanna battle me? Mouth is a Uzi. I thumbtack your ass to the concrete, treat you like a floozy. The pyroclastic flow that I lay will turn this fucking booth to Pompeii. Now what will I do in broad day? I'll turn Broadway into a hallway. Motherfuckers wanna know the herbs and spices. They come to me and wanna know what my advice is. I'm spiritual, nigga, like Jesus Christ is, and lyrical, bitch. I'm about the nicest. Content, longevity, plus I spit shit that sit on your brain, nigga, heavily. I can do this shit till I'm 70 on the Vegas Strip. Yeah, there I be.
Rap has many styles: party, gangster, political, battle. Give your style a name. And I think gangster is too simple, because I think you much more complex.
I would call it street knowledge.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's the ultimate title. And what it means to me is letting the streets know what the politicians is trying to do to them. And then letting the politicians know what the streets think of them if they listening. So it's street knowledge, if you ask me.
I agree. I always felt that my style was, I was always attempting to drop game. It was not about, it was all game. There was morals, there were parables. There was things that you'd listen to and you would learn. I wanted somebody to take my album when they done, be more intelligent about the game than they were, versus me saying, hey, I'm tough. Like I used to.
You don't want to get rich and die trying. You know what I mean?
One, two,
agreeing to the folk. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up.
Cause you know we're about to rip shit up.
Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble.
We need to take my bag with my phone in out of here, Kev. I think it's in that gray bag. Cause it's gonna keep going off. These bitches won't stop calling. I told them I'm only in town for a night.
It's only one of me.
I'm saying, I wish I was an octopus. This is one of my favorites of all time. 6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeak across my bathroom floor. Out the back window, I make my escape. Didn't even get a chance to grab my Ice-T tape. Mad with no music, but happy 'cause free. But the streets to a player is the place to be. I got a knot in my pocket, weigh at least $1,000. Gold on my neck, my pistol's close at hand. I'm a self-made monster from the city streets, remotely controlled by hard hip-hop beats. But just living in the city is a serious task. Nigga didn't know what hit him, didn't have time to ask. Here's with my money, the rest went on clothes. Went to the strip, start pimping the hoes. My hair grew long on my 7-year stay. When I got it done on my shoulders, it lay. Oh, that was so cold. That was so cold.
Rap to you, more music or a sport?
It's a sport to me because it's like you driving me to want to outdo you. You understand what I'm
It's
saying?
like when you hear a certain lyric, it's like you just saw a 360 dunk.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I can't have that. I need to try this 720 on the nigga real quick, Ice. Work with me, Ice. This 720 gonna work. I'm gonna spin around 2 times, it's gonna work.
When Snoop Dogg get made to write a song, how do you like it to be? I mean, you gotta get blunted,
I gotta smoke a lot of weed.
Okay.
I gotta have some old school music playing, whether it's old school R&B, hip hop, anything that's 70s, 80s, 60s, you know what I'm saying? Something that's inspiring to me. Then I gotta have a couple of, females around to give me some inspiration, because I like looking at them while I'm writing my woo-wop. And then at the same time, I just like the whole mode to just be natural.
What's your style?
My style, I would say, is Taekwondo. Bruce Lee created that, which that means is that I'll fuck a nigga up if a nigga try to play me wrong, but for the most part, I'm a good guy making great music to party to. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you something off the top of the dome so that way I know I won't fuck up. Now check this. Artistic as it gets is Big Snoop Dogg, the one and only. So throw a pawn in the lawn and let me show you how it's supposed to be. Blow up like a bomb, napalm. Let me show you what it's supposed to be. Now get close to me. These are groceries. File them in the cabinet. Stab it, let it go. This is my art form. I'm so original. Like Ice-T, but I don't drip drop on the flow. Get a hoe, get the dough. Let them know from the dough. Here we go, let it ride. Snoopy D-O-double-G, Eastside LBC. Show you how it's supposed to be. Look up at the sky. Do you see the moon or sun? It's Snoop D-O-Dub. Yes, I am the only one when it come to freestyle. Boy, I'm so cold. Make a nigga flip it to a whole nother episode. Watch a hoe, hit the stroll, get the money, bring it back. Ice-T got his wife sitting in the Cadillac. Coco, there you go. Still a money, still a show. Snoop D-O-double-G. I told you I'm original. Now you can use that one.
Final thoughts. Melly Mel said an art form can only be as great as its masters. So speak to the people coming up under you that are striving to be Snoop Dogg. Final thought.
Final thought. With this thing that we call hip-hop, this art, this thing that we love and treasure, you must treat it with love and compassion and always cherish it, because one day soon it will be yours. And once it becomes yours, make it yours. Put your name on it. Put your brand on it. Put your game on it. Stamp it like it's supposed to be stamped. That way when you are gone, your music will live on. Look at the greats before us, those who have passed and their music has outlasted them. It's because of the art form. It's because of the passion that they put in their projects. It's because of what they spoke, the way they pen cried, the way their heart followed. You could be the same thing. It's one Snoop Dogg, just like it's one you. Find yourself, find your art, find your heart.
So the answer is obvious. Rap means something different to every MC. Whether it's writing something simple just to rock the crowd, or writing something deep meant to move the world, the one thing I do know is hip-hop requires skill. The skill of a great DJ, the ability of a great breakdancer, the style of a great graffiti writer, or the flavor and technique of a talented MC. To me, rap was always one of two things. I was either out to drop some knowledge and give the streets some game, or it was straight up combat. I always look at the microphone as my weapon. My ammunition is my intelligence. And my caliber, that's my cadence and flow. This is not a game. This is the art of rap.
I was a fiend. Before I became a teen, I melted microphones instead of cones of ice cream, music orientated. So when hip hop was originated, fitted like pieces of puzzle, complicated. Cause I grab the mic and try to say yes, y'all, they try to take it and say that I'm too small. Cool, cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet back to the lab without a mic to grab. So then I add all the rhymes I had, one after the other one. Then I make another one to diss the opposite, then ask if the brother's done. I get a craving like I fiend for nicotine, but I don't need a cigarette. Know what I mean? I'm raging, ripping up the stage, and don't it sound amazing? Cause every rhyme is made and thought of, cause it's sort of an addiction, magnetized by the mixing. Vocals, vocabulary, and verses just stuck in. The mic is a Drano, volcanoes erupting, rhymes overflowing, gradually growing. Everything is written in the code so it can coincide. My thoughts to God. 48 tracks to slide, the invincible microphone fiend Rakim. Spread the word, cause I'm N-E-F-F-E-C-T, a smooth operator operating correctly. But back to the problem, I got a habit, you can't solve it. Silly rabbit, the prescription is a hypertone. That's heroin, I fiend for a microphone like heroin. Soon as the bass kicks, I need a fix. Give me a stage and a mic and a mix, and I'll put you in a mood. Or is it a state of unawareness? Beware, it's the reanimator. A menace to a microphone, a lethal weapon or assassinator. If the people ain't stepping, you'll see a part of me that you never seen. When I'm fiending for a microphone, I'm the microphone fiend. After 12, I'm worse than a gremlin. Feed me hip-hop and I start trembling. The thrill of suspense is intense, you're horrified. But this ain't the cinemas or tales from the dark side. By any means necessary, this is what has to be done. Make way, cause here I come. My DJ cuts material. Grand Imperial, it's a must that I bust any mic you hand to me. It's inherited, it runs in the family. I wrote the rhyme that broke the bull's back. If that don't slow him up, I carry a full pack.